Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Marquilla, and today I am talking about my self-love journey. So let's get into it. So if you are returning, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you guys tune in. If you are new, welcome to my channel. A quick introduction. My name is Marquilla. I am a mom of four. I am a wife. I am a photographer. And I am venturing off in personal blogging. I talk about my journey after weight loss surgery. I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery in October of 2021. And I am also sharing my experience around mental health, wellness, as well as lifestyle. So you can find any and everything here on my page, me being funny, me being a mom, whatever. Some things are private, but I do share some things. But today I am talking about my self-love journey, and I thought it'd be so helpful to share that with you. So I'm going to just share just 5 things that I am doing within my self-love journey. So let's get into it. So number 1, I am being intentional. And what I mean by that is that I am basically setting out a plan when it comes to my self-love journey. So the thing about self-love, it is, it's so hard to explain it, but when I think about it, we think about self-care. Self-care is the act of self-love. So when I am being intentional, I am literally planning out, being intentional as far as what I am doing for myself to show love for myself. And that is within self-care. So it's not just, spa day or doing at-home spa treatments. I am doing things like, exercising or maybe, treating myself, rewarding myself, keeping track of all of my wins, small or big, things that I've accomplished, setting goals. And then if I accomplish those goals, rewarding myself for those things, stretching, yoga, meditating, praying, reading books, setting boundaries or alone time. One of the things that I want to add is, dating myself, because I rarely ever do things by myself, being a mom and a wife. So that would be something new for me. So I am trying to be intentional when it comes to my self-love journey in self-care. I hope that makes sense. So let's move right along. So number 2, this goes right after being intentional, and that is being practical. So being intentional, I am planning out what it is that I want to do for myself. So now I have to actually do it, right? So I actually have a planner. I love to plan out my week, my day, whatever, my month. I am that girl. So I actually literally write down in my planner down to the hour, the minute, what am I doing that day? Am I sticking to it every day? No, I'm not even going to lie to you and tell you that. Some days are not always perfect, but I try to get it in as much as I can to be intentional. That's that first one. Be intentional about my self-care, because again, self-care is me acting out or me putting that self-love in action. So when I'm doing that, hey, 4:30 meditation, or, some people like to meditate at night, whatever the case is, that's what I'm doing. Or if you like to take, those 5, I have an Apple Watch. So sometimes it'll alert me that, take those 5-minute breaths, like every hour, I think it does it. So, those things like that, or drink your water. Drink 6 ounces of water every 30 minutes in an hour. Though, so like even something like that, some people don't think like, oh, well, that's not self-love. Yes, it is. It might be you need to get in that water within your body. You're taking care of yourself. So, or prayer, my study time with God, I put that in my calendar. I'm trying to be intentional, and now I'm trying to carry out the action and to get it done. And so that's what I do into being practical is I plan it. I'm actually trying to figure out what are those things? What does that look like for me? And now I'm planning it and I put it on there, and then it means that I have to stick to the schedule and get it done. Whether it's exercising, whether it's meditating, whether it's my alone time with God, studying and praying, whether it's drinking my water, my 6 ounces of water every 30 minutes within an hour, whether it's taking those 5-minute breaths every hour, whether it's going for a walk, 30 minutes out of the day, whatever it is, whatever that is for you, that's you being intentional and being practical about self-care, the act of loving yourself. Okay, let's move on to number 3. And so number 3, I am prioritizing my physical and mental health. Oh God, that's like a lot there. So for me, I have so many health issues. I have fibromyalgia, I have PCOS, I have ankylosing spondylitis. That is a form of arthritis, an autoimmune disease. It is an inflammatory disease. And so I have all of those issues. I also have asthma, episodic migraines. I have so many issues going on within this body that I have sort of allowed those things to take a front seat, if you will, over my physical state, meaning how I feel, and it kind of determine how I carry on my day. And there's some days that, and I'm not suggesting that you should push yourself through, but what I'm saying is there are some days I literally felt defeated. So what I did was I got serious about my health, because I think for some people, especially for me, I literally felt like I was helpless. I felt like I had to take these meds, and those are the only things that work for me. And a lot of times my doctor is saying there are other things that you can do: exercise, move around, change your diet, eliminate certain foods from your diet, especially those sugars and those carbs. And because that was my life of eating those things and doing certain routines, I really felt like in my mind that those things did not work. So I had to change my mindset around that. And before I even had weight loss surgery, I had to implement these changes. And I started to see the small improvements. But because like PCOS, because I had that going on, it made it hard for me to lose the weight that I needed to lose. And that's why I had the weight loss surgery. So it helped a lot. So that is how I prioritize my physical health. Is I took my health seriously. I stayed on top of my meds. I made sure that I implemented some sort of physical activity within my life. I exercised. I changed my diet. I made sure I eliminated foods that was causing more inflammation within my body, because that inflammation was causing back pain, joint pain, skin inflammation, you name it, migraines. And then when I realized that, making those changes was not really eliminating the bigger issue of where I was losing weight, then I figured like, okay, I need to talk to my doctor. And that's where I came to my journey of weight loss surgery. And so I am continuing to prioritize my physical health, because just because I had weight loss surgery doesn't mean that all of my problems are just eliminated. It has certainly improved my health, but I still have to prioritize my physical health each and every day. And so I continue to do that by, monitoring my diet, changing certain things, eliminating certain foods, and exercising daily. Whether it is doing an exercising routine or just small movements, but making sure that I'm getting up and moving around. Okay. And as far as my mental health, I have a therapist. And so I am making sure that I go to therapy on a weekly basis, and bringing to the table issues that are, that I'm plagued with or challenged with each week, each day, whatever. That is how I've prioritized my mental health issue, is seeking therapy. And I understand that for some people that is not, they don't have the privilege to have therapy, and they cannot afford it. And that is just, oh my God. I was one of those people. So I completely understand that. So I feel very fortunate to be able to have that. So I do take that very seriously. And I go to therapy and I make sure I do that. But I also do other things outside of therapy. And that is, meditate, pray. I study my Bible. Everyone is not a Christian and don't believe in those things. But there are many things that you can do around faith or spirituality that can help your mental health. Some people even do holistic care. Some people do like marijuana, things like that. So natural things to help with their anxiety and things like that. I struggle with anxiety and I used to struggle with depression. So I understand that there are so many things that are out there that will help you around your mental health. And so I make sure that I'm doing what I need to do to make sure that I'm prioritizing my physical and mental health. All right. And that was number 3. So let's move on to number 4. Number 4, setting boundaries. Oh my God, I cannot say this anymore. Like, that is so important. I mean, I grew up in a household where, if I could say this, and this is not to disparage my parents, but basically what they said goes. And I think I'm bringing this up because it's very important, because that basically shapes us, right? We don't realize that sometimes that rhetoric can affect our relationship with other people, because when you have that, and I'm very careful when I do this with my kids, because when you teach your children this and you don't teach them individuality, or you don't teach them why, or you don't explain why, or you don't teach them how to set boundaries and what is normal behavior, what is toxic, things like that, they will literally go out in the world and they will think that someone that is an authoritative figure can do the same thing and they're not supposed to step over them. And for me, that was very much true. Again, it's not to disparage my parents. I think that the way that they raised me and the way that they taught me growing up is the best way that they knew how to. But in my journey through therapy and healing, I have realized that, and so that is my experience, and so I'm sharing that. But yes, I grew up that way, and I never felt like I can cross the line with people who were seen as authoritative figures, and because of that, I was literally stepped over. Also, in my relationship with people, like, I literally allowed people to step over me. One of the things about my healing journey, because I started therapy before I did weight loss surgery, but is I had to realize some of these toxic behaviors and some of these boundaries that were being crossed. And I had to realize my part in that and take personal responsibility for that, and saying that I cannot allow people to do and say whatever they wanted to me. And I had to learn how to step up for myself and speak up for myself. And that is so big, because it does something to our own confidence. And it says a lot about our self-love for ourselves. And when you learn to appreciate yourself and love yourself, truly love yourself, you will not allow anyone to treat you a certain way. If they're not giving you the same energy that you are giving yourself, you're like, I have no room for you in this space. So that is one of the things that I've learned on my journey to self-love, is that I cannot allow anyone to, hang low. And I'm here. I'm vibrating here, but you're here. No, this is I cannot allow you to abuse me, to be negative towards me when I'm feeding myself positive energy. This is what I want to give myself, and that's what I'm going to give to you. You reciprocate. And so I had to set boundaries, because it is all about me, and that's okay. It's not being selfish. It's okay to say it's about me. I love myself, and I cannot allow you to disrespect me. Okay? Set those boundaries. You will not regret them. No is a whole sentence. Say it. No. Let's go to the next one. And number 5. We made it, guys. This last one is taking up space. You heard me. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You do have a seat at the table. And damn it, if you don't, make your own table. Build your own table. You heard me. Let me tell you something. For so many years, I felt like I was not capable. I couldn't do this. I wasn't qualified. That wasn't my crowd. I couldn't go over here. I couldn't go over there because I felt like there was no room for me. I didn't look the part. I didn't talk the part. Like whatever, however that sounds. I just felt like I just didn't fit in. And I told myself that for so many years. Well, guess what? I don't care. And I know who I am and what I am. And I know what I bring to the table. And if you don't want me there at the table with you, guess what? I'll build my own. Take up space. This world is big for all of us. If it wasn't, then we wouldn't be here. But it's literally big for all of us. There is someone out there that wants to hear what you have to say. There's someone out there that appreciates who you are, what you look like. They like your style. They love what you're wearing. Man, you are awesome. You are great. So please take up space. Make room for yourself. You are worth it. Don't let anyone tell you any different. I promise you, I did not believe that about myself for so long, but now I know differently. I am taking up space. I am doing me. Look, I don't care. Look, I go on Instagram. I have 2 Instagram pages, right? I've been on Instagram for years, but when I started this journey, I created a different page, and I said, I'm going to start from scratch. Baby, I barely have any followers. Here. And you know what? I keep doing what I'm doing because you know what? It's a seed. It'll grow. I do not care how many people like, view, comment, whatever, because I believe in me. And that's all that matters, because I know that what's on the inside of me is going to touch so many people. And if it doesn't, it's going to touch me. I am building my own table because I am great. I am capable. I am somebody. I did not believe this 2 years ago. Hell, I didn't believe this last year. And you know what? That's okay, because I'm here now. I believe it today. And I want you to believe it for yourself. And that's my self-love journey, is I had to work to get here. It took therapy. It took a journey. But honey, I'm here. And if it's anything that I can say to you, if you're starting out, if you're sitting down wondering, wow, she has so much confidence, that can't be me. Baby, let me tell you, I was you. I thought the same thing looking at someone else. And if I can do it, you can do it. Trust me, if you knew who I was last year, you wouldn't even believe me today. Love you. Goodbye. Peace out, guys. Until next time. Do not forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.